Hello there and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Season 1 / Series 14, Episode 3, Boom. So, let's get into it. So, what did I think of this episode? I loved it. Now, I know I say that for pretty much every episode, but yeah, I really did love this one. I love Stephen Moffat's writing. I think the way he writes is sort of like a lot more, adds sort of like a lot more layers than I think Russell T Davies does. Don't get me wrong, Russell T Davies is still a really great writer, and I love his sort of like storylines, but I feel like I connected to Moffat his writing as a showrunner. But yeah, I love sort of like the concept of Boom. When he stepped on the landmine, the like soldier, I can't remember what his name was, but I felt like that was really necessary to show sort of like the effects of the landmine, because if the Doctor had just stepped on the landmine without anything happening beforehand, I felt that would have like lowered the stakes a bit, because like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen if it explodes, or maybe it could just be a defect one, it couldn't have exploded. But seeing a soldier step on that exact landmine, it really showed the consequences of this episode when he stepped on it and sort of raised the stakes. And that's what I really liked about it. It sort of showed the consequences of what had happened, if that makes sense. Also, as well, I love the return of, I can't remember the group, but sort of like the religious soldiers. I don't know if it's the same group as the Angel two-parter in Series 5 and A Good Man Goes to War, but if it was a nice callback to the Moffat era, and great to see them return, and I hope they do return in future episodes, whether they're being written by Stephen Moffat or not. Also, as well, one thing that I didn't like about this episode is that I wish maybe Ruby had like sort of like wandered off for a bit, maybe left the Doctor alone to sort of have like an internal like monologue or something like that, because I think it would have like benefited Ruby to sort of have like, could she cope on her own on an alien world. I felt like that would have been like really great to see Ruby doing. And also I wish they showed more of sort of like that like army base. I don't know if you'd call it that, but I wish they showed more of that, because if you have a look on Doctor Who Unleashed and the behind the scenes on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, you see like a lot more of that village than you actually do in the episode. In comparison, you hardly see any of it, which is a real shame, because the set of it looks absolutely amazing. And if that's just been dismantled, I think it's a real shame, because that's probably one of the best, aside from TARDIS, the TARDIS interiors, that's probably one of the best sets that I've ever seen in Doctor Who. So it'd be a real shame if that was destroyed. But hopefully they sort of like repurpose it into something else. Talking of repurposing, I know some of you who watch this live in the US, so this was mentioned on Doctor Who Unleashed, and I'm not sure if you can access it there, so I'll just briefly go over it. That there's this like ball thing on the edge of the crater, and that is sort of like a broken down, destroyed Beep the Meep ship from the Star Beast, which I thought was quite cool, and I actually thought that in the episode, wondering if that was the ship, because you had like the round window, and yeah. So, fun fact for you there, fact fans. Also, as well, we've got to talk about the new companion. Again, sorry if I mispronounce the name, Varada Sethru, something like that. I thought they were going to do sort of like another thing similar to Clara, where she dies in this episode and then like reappears again, but apparently that's not the case. I don't know if her character in season 2 and her character in Boom are related. I don't know if that was mentioned in Unleashed or the Envision commentary, but I don't think so. But yeah, I really enjoyed her acting. I did see her in Andor, the Star Wars show on Disney Plus, and from what I can remember, she was quite good on that. I don't really remember too much about about like her role in Andor, but her acting in this is really good. The chemistry between the child and her character, I thought was really, really good. Usually, child actors in Doctor Who can be a little bit hit or miss. No offense to them, but they obviously can't be as well trained as an adult actor who's been to drama school, etc. But I definitely really liked her. Yes, her character could have maybe been developed, but from what she had, I thought she did a really great job. Also, as well, Ncuti's acting, I thought this was the episode that cemented him fully in the role of the Doctor for me. The 2 episodes, they were okay, but I know this sounds silly, but it didn't like fully feel like Doctor Who. There were elements in there, but there wasn't something that, like, each Doctor for me in their like very early episodes has a moment when you go, yes, that's it, that's the Doctor, and that's the moment that they become the Doctor. So, like, for example, Matt Smith in the 11th Hour, when he steps through the hologram face of David Tennant, and he says, "Hello, I'm the Doctor." That's the moment where he cements himself in the role. Some Doctors, it takes a few later episodes to really cement them in the role as the Doctor, but this episode, I definitely feel like Ncuti had his like time to shine, if that makes sense. His sort of like emotional performance when it was like attacking his DNA and saying that I'm a Time Lord, I'm a higher life form, I will destroy this planet. Like, it really tugged at your heartstrings, especially for me. Like, seeing him going through all this, it really showed how good of an actor he is, and how sort of like he's adapted to these situations, especially as the Doctor, and thought, how would the Doctor would react to this, which yeah, I definitely think he's going to be definitely one of the top incarnations of the Doctor when we look back on his era in a few years. I loved his acting in this. I wish he'd had maybe like a monologue in this, like what a grand Moffat speech. I would have really loved him to have that. Also, as well, Millie Gibson's acting, really great for this episode. Those two, again, I've said in previous reviews for season 1 that they're a great companion pairing, and their bond just gets stronger and stronger. I love sort of like their partnership, the companion Doctor dynamic. I love it so much, and I can't wait to see what happens in future episodes. I really hope there's sort of like a Doctor Light episode, which looks like what 73 Yards is going to be. So I really look forward to see like when Ruby has some sort of like alone time to sort of like reflect on her life with the Doctor, and I definitely think she's going to be a great companion, like when we look back on her era. Also, as well, we got to see the snow return when Ruby was dying, and I love the like keep returning of the snow. I love how Russell's building this story arc similar to the Vote Saxon or the Bad Wolf. It seems more like Bad Wolf because it's more obvious, but yeah, I really love how it keeps returning, and the question of who's the next of kin, who's the biological parents, And I loved how Ruby was panicking, like thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die. I want to know who they are before I die. And I loved the panic on Millie Gibson's face, as like you could tell that she was like acting her heart out as Ruby was dying, and she just wanted to know that one thing, which I thought, what a great scene that was. Also as well, we've got another storyline going. Susan Twist, who is she? I've genuinely have no idea. I know there's been a lot of theories with being Susan or something, but I'm not sure. I don't want to try and like read into too many of the theories, but I've mainly heard the Susan one floating around, and yeah, I'd love to like know what you guys think. Of it, and also when the robot ambulances scan the crater, that like sort of green thing was the same thing that scanned the TARDIS in the trailer in Unit HQ. So it's interesting to see if that's like the same thing or not. Also, final thing, the set design. What a great like how they built an indoor crater. I thought that was really, really good. I would have loved to see on Dr. Unleashed like a time lapse of how they built it. It looks really good and really realistic, and it shows you them using the screen thing that they use on Star Wars shows such as The Mandalorian. If you Google The Mandalorian visual screen thing, you'll get what I mean. I can't remember what the actual name is, but yeah, they use it on there, and it's really, really clever, and they explained it as well in the InVision commentary. So yeah, I really love sort of like the set design, and again how they're using Disney Plus's budget to make these episodes bigger and better, and the set designs look absolutely amazing. That's what I think this era has shined at, especially like the last 5 or 6 years. Like the cinematography, the set design, and the special effects. I think that's what have been like the big takeaway, the best out of this these last few years have been like the advancement in technology for these. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the series. This is definitely like a series that I'm really enjoying. So far there hasn't been like one like bad bit in an episode that really sticks out to me that I'm like, I'm not really a big fan of that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the series. Really looking forward to find out who Susan Twist is, like her character and stuff like that. Who Mrs. Flood is, the one who waits. We've got so many mysteries. Oh, and the Snow and Ruby's parents. So many mysteries. And I can't wait to find out the answers to them. So let me know what you think of this episode in the comment section down below. And hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!